Okay, so before we dig in, I want to talk a little bit about our measurement tools, right? So we have our ruler here. Now there's two sides on your ruler. There's the big side is your inches side, and then there's the little numbers here. This is your metric side, okay? We are going to use the metric side more than anything else because it's easier for us to measure in metric. And so the numbers that run across your ruler here, the larger numbers, you can see it's about a finger's worth of space there. That's a centimeter, okay? That's a centimeter. And then all of the little marks in between are millimeters. And so you'll notice that there's 10 little marks in between. There's 10 millimeters in 1 centimeter. Okay, so we can use decimal numbers, right? So if I wanted a line segment that was 2 centimeters long, we could just start our pencil at 0 and draw out to 2. If I wanted a line centimeter that was 2.7 centimeters long, then we could start at 0, draw our pencil out to the halfway mark of the little lines in between 2 and 3, and then go click, click, 2 more spots, and that would be 2 7/10. 2.7, right? And so we can do decimal numbers in our measurements here, and we will be doing that as well, okay? But not today. But I just want to make sure that we're clear on that as we're getting going. All right, so one of the ways that we can use our precision measuring tool called our compass is we can use our ruler to set a specific opening size. Okay, we can use our ruler to set a specific opening size. And so what we want to start with is we want to start with an opening size of 4 centimeters. So you're just going to take your compass pointer wherever, and you're just going to put it at the 0 on your ruler, and then have it nice and loose here, and then you're going to move your pencil tip in until you get to about 4 centimeters, like that. Well, let's see. I got to bring my pencil down just a little bit. Okay. So about 4 centimeters. It's good. There we go. I got 4 centimeters. And then you want to kind of just gently snug that in so you don't change that opening. Maybe go back and double check it to make sure you got 4 centimeters on there. I got pretty close to 4 centimeters. Okay. Erase a couple of these little marks here on my paper. Okay. So you got an opening on your compass here of about 4 centimeters. Should be 4 centimeters. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is just right here in the middle of this top space, right dead in the middle, we're just going to put a little teeny dot right there. Little teeny dot right here in the middle of this big rectangle. Okay, you got it? All right, first circle coming. You're going to put your pointer here on your center point, and you're going to kind of dig it in just your manila folder just a little bit so you get some good anchor. Give it a nice lean, and then you're going to move your compass all the way around. You're going to make yourself a circle around that point that we put in the middle, just like that. Okay? What is the radius of your circle? What is the radius of your circle? It's 4 centimeters, huh? Because that's what we just did, right? We went from the center out to this point. And actually, that's the definition of a circle, right? A definition of a circle is the set of points that are all equidistant from another point in space, and that point we call the center. So this dot that we just made right here, that's the center of our circle, and the circle is all of those points that ran together to make that straight path. Just like we talked about before, like a belt, we could undo that, take that line segment and measure it out. That would be our circumference of our circle. And our diameter runs through the center, right, of our circle. And how long is our diameter? Should be 8 centimeters, right? Like, look, I just took my measuring ruler and I put the 0 out on one end of my circle and I lined it up through the center, which happens to be right at 4 centimeters. And it goes right out to the other end of my circle at 8 centimeters. Cool? Everybody good? All right. Now, here's what we're going to do. Watch carefully. So kind of over in this neck of the woods, right over here, and it doesn't have to be exact, right over here in this neck of the woods, okay, you're going to put just a little dot right here on your circle. Okay, right over here in this neck of the woods, you're going to put a little dot on your circle. Now, you're going to keep the same 4 centimeter setting, so make sure that's nice and snugged in, okay? And if you need to double check it, you can always go back to your center and check and make sure that it lines up on your circle. You want your compass setting at the same 4 centimeters. You don't want to change this. You're going to keep it for the rest of the construction. Okay, you got it? All right. Put your pointer right in the middle of the dot you made on your circle. Okay? And this time what we're going to do is we're going to make a part of a circle. We call that an arc. We're going to start outside the circle over here, and then we're going to cross through the circle. You'll see that we hit the middle, and we're going to cross through the circle out here again. And so we're making almost sort of maybe a little over half of a circle out here like that. See what I did? So we're going to start outside, cross through the circle, cross back out to the outside. Good. See what I did there? Start outside, cross through the circle, back out. All right, now notice something. I made 2 new intersection points right here. One here and one here, yeah? Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my compass point and I'm gonna shift it to this intersection up here. And leaving my compass setting the same setting I had, I'm gonna again start outside my circle, and I'm gonna go outside my circle, through the center, and back outside my circle again. So outside my circle, back through the center, and outside my circle again. See what I did? Everybody good? Questions? Okay. All right. Again, I made 2 intersection points. This one was our original point right there, right, that we made. Okay, let's keep going around the circle. So we're going to take our compass pointer and we're going to move it again over here to one of the new intersection points we made. And again, same thing. Outside the circle to outside the circle. Again, give your compass a nice dig in there and then give it a little lean as you go through. Outside the circle to outside the circle. Yeah, just at the next intersection point. So we're creating intersection points around our circle, and then we're just moving our pointer around. Nope, just the outside, just parts of the circle, just arcs. If you made the whole circle, it's not that big of a deal. Don't worry about it. Just start making arcs now. Okay. All right.
Can we erase?
You can if you want. Sure. Just make sure. Look. What you want to make sure you have is outside the circle to outside the circle, because what we're going to start creating is you're going to see these little overlap looking things in here. That's what we're going to start seeing more of these start to happen. All right, let's keep going around our circle. So we're going to move our compass point over here. All right, and again, we're going to go outside our circle, outside our circle. Just like that. Outside our circle to outside our circle. So I'm just moving my pointer around the intersections, right? We made this point originally. We started here, and I went outside the circle to outside the circle. That was this one. Then I moved my pointer over to the next intersection, all right? That was this circle, arc, sorry. Moved here. That was this arc. Now we moved here. Now I've created this arc right here. See it? And we're going to keep going. Uh-huh. 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 It's going to look like that, yeah. But it's more than just that. Okay, again, I'm going to switch over here to this intersection, and I'm going to go outside the circle to outside the circle.
I can't tell whether I can.
See that? Outside the circle. Are we good? Yeah, not quite. Yeah, you can restart. That's fine. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, keep going around. No, just come grab a new paper. Okay, again, I'm going to go outside my circle to outside my circle, right? Right there. Okay, so outside my circle to outside my circle, just like that. And what should happen is when you get back to your original point, now you can see that we got a pretty little daisy. Well, go look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a pretty little daisy there. Right? And then you can color your pretty little daisy too. Let's color our pretty little daisy. Yeah, let's have some coloring time. I got a 12-sided die. I got kitty pride, and I color too. Let's color our pretty little daisy. Okay, I'm gonna come help. So I'm gonna pause the video here for just a second. I'll come help.
I'm so confused.
Okay, so your daisy should look a little something like this, yeah? No, not yet? Now keep in mind, for those of you who missed this, watch again. Okay. And so you're getting a feel for the importance of paying attention, because as soon as you see that all of a sudden these pictures start to develop, you lose the moves. So one more time, I'm just gonna walk through it kind of quickly, right? We started with a 4-centimeter circle on our paper, all the way around. Then we just picked a random point on our circle over here. And keeping the same compass setting, watch. We made part of a circle here. So that point was the center of a new circle, okay? Now everybody look up. If you didn't catch this, watch now, because I'm not gonna redo the entire construction, so watch up here, okay? You see the circle that's made off of the point that's on the circle? We're gonna do that again, again, again. At every intersection point, when we go outside the circle, we're going to keep making these sort of 3/4 circles all the way around until we would get back to our original one, which we already did. And when we do that, the way that all these half circles or 3/4 circles intersect, we get this pretty little shape. Now, yes, it's pretty, but there's all kinds of math involved here. And we're not going to get into the math today, but there's all kinds of math involved here. And the math that is involved here creates a situation like this. Watch. Here's what we're going to do. Take your straight edge, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to connect the tips of the pedal, the tip of this pedal to this one. We're going to connect them all the way around in a consecutive order. That means in order, okay? One next to the other. So I'm just going to start with this first one here. And again, a great way to use your straight edge. Listen, put your pencil where you want it to start. Bump your ruler gently up against your pencil. Line up your other point, check it to make sure it works where your pencil is, and then draw your line. Like that. See what I did? And then I'm going to go around again in order. So here, consecutively, pedal to pedal, like that. See what I'm doing? In order, pedal to pedal. Like that. Okay, all the way around, pedal to pedal. All the way around, pedal to pedal, consecutively. Yep, see what I'm doing? In a consecutive order, pedal to pedal. Pedal to pedal. Pedal to pedal, all the way around. Okay, got it? You got your pedals connected? Okay, what shape did I just make? Shh. What shape was it?
Hexagon.
Yeah, it's a hexagon. Actually, it's not just a hexagon. Listen to this. Shh. Okay, those of you in the back row that are not paying attention and talking. Let's focus on what we're doing. Okay? So by connecting our pedals, not only we create a hexagon, but we created something called a regular hexagon, which means that all of these line segments that we connected from pedal to pedal are congruent. They're all the same length, okay? And the reason they're all the same length is because of the math that's taking place in here with the constructions. But watch this, we can do something else. This time we're gonna connect pedal to pedal, but we're gonna go in an alternating order. In other words, we're gonna skip one and connect. So watch, if I start here at the top, okay, in the last exercise, I connected to the next pedal over. I'm gonna skip the next pedal over and I'm gonna connect to the third one. So I'm gonna draw a line like this. Watch, I'm gonna skip one pedal and I'm gonna connect like that. See what I did? So if this was my starting pedal, I skipped and then that was the one I connected to. So from starting pedal, I skipped a pedal and I connected. We're gonna do that all the way around. So let's go to this pedal next here, okay? So why don't you try to line up your ruler where you think it's gonna go. If we started here, right, like this, where would you put your ruler so that we skipped one and connected? Yeah, exactly right. We're going to go right down here at the bottom. So this goes here. We're going to line it up. And we're going to skip one and connect. Okay, let's go here. If we skip one and connect, we're going to go over here, right? So skip one. You got to skip a pedal and connect. I'm at the bottom. I'm going to skip one and connect. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to skip one and connect. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to skip one and connect.
Yeah, let's explore this.
What did we make? Yeah, it's a star, right? 5-point star, and it is also the Star of David, right? You know, so we see this very traditional Jewish emblem here, right? But that's not the only thing we made. That's not the only thing we made. You ready? Watch this. Take a different color. No, these aren't pentagrams. What did we make inside the Star of David? No, that's not a diamond. And guess what? All those side lanes are the same, so that's another regular hexagon. Okay, wait a minute. If we just did with the hexagon on the outside, if we started and skipped one and connected, that made the Star of David, and we have another regular hexagon, couldn't we do it again? Let's do it again. Theoretically, we could, right? So let's start this time here. So let's start at this corner of the hexagon here. Okay? Ready? We're going to skip one and connect. So we're going to start here. We're going to skip one and connect. Okay, so I skipped one and I connected. I'm going to keep doing that all the way around my hexagon. Skip one and connect. I'm going to skip one and connect. I'm going to skip one and connect. Skip one and connect. I'm going to skip one. Wait, did we just make another Star of David inside a Star of David?
This is like what.
Wait, we didn't just make a Star of David, did we? What did we make? We made another. No, it's got 6 sides. We made it. No, it's not a pentagon. How many sides does that have? We made another hexagon. Could we connect by skipping one and connecting and skipping one and connecting and skipping one and connecting? What would we get? Another star, David, with a regular hexagon. Could we do it again? And again? And again? And again? All right. So listen, this has a name. Okay? Shh. So this construction, when you have these shapes that repeat forever and ever and ever, it's called the infinitesimal. And so what we've done is we've created an infinitesimal regular hexagon. By connecting these vertices, we continue to make these shapes within shapes within shapes within shapes within shapes. And that could continue to go on and on and on and on, all the way down to little t. And the reason that happens is because all of these measurements are tied together. Because why? This is a precision measuring tool. Pretty, yes. Mathematical at a really deep level. Okay, cool. First construction. The regular hexagon infinitesimal.
Does this just prove the theory of infinity?
It would prove the theory of infinity, sure. Yeah, if you think about it, right? Because you could keep going and you would get the same thing over and over and over again. All right, second construction. Okay, come down to the bottom of your paper here. Okay. All right, now if you did not get this finished, okay, then I'm going to ask you to take an extra piece of paper, whether you take one of mine or you just do it on a separate piece of paper, because for your homework, I'm going to expect you to have all 4 constructions completed. So if you got it done in class, fantastic. If you weren't tracking, then you're going to have to go back and watch the video and finish the construction on your own. Okay? All right. Okay, here we go. Next construction. What do I want to do with this one? Let's see. All right, so in the middle of your space here, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to put the 0 of your centimeter part of your ruler. Center the 0 about as middle as you can get it-ish. No, I'm sorry, not as middle. We want to put the, let's do the 4. So let's get the 4 about as in the middle of our paper as we can get. Okay? And try to keep your ruler parallel with your paper. I know the boxes didn't copy very good, so maybe try to use the edge of your paper. It's a little visually challenging. I don't know why the copies came out weird, but okay. But you want the 4 here about the middle of your paper, okay? Right? Take your hands, put some nice pressure down on your ruler so it doesn't move. All right, now, we are going to take our pencil, okay? And we are going to start at the 0, and we are going to draw ourselves an 8 centimeter line segment, okay? So you're going to start with your pencil at the 0, and then you're going to come across, and you're going to stop at 8 centimeters. And if you drop your ruler down just ever so slightly like that, that makes it really easy to measure it. And you can see right there with that little bit of space between the ruler and the line segment that I have an 8 centimeter line in the middle of my paper. Okay, everybody got that? Any questions before we move on? 8 centimeter line segment in the middle of your box here. Make sure you're doing your own work. If you don't learn how to do it, it isn't going to go well for you. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to use our line segment to set the opening on our compass. So loosen up your compass just a little bit. You're going to put your pointer at one end of your line segment here.
How far apart?
And you're going to open your compass all the way up until it gets to the other end of the line segment. Now look, watch up here real quick, okay? When I want to know if I'm right at the other end of the line segment, I can get this here, and then I can make just like a little teeny mark. See how I made just a little teeny mark right there, just to make sure that my pencil is lined up at the end of my line segment. Okay, and then once I have that, I'm going to just secure my compass. So you should have your compass setting like this, okay? I had my compass off just a little bit. Let me try again. Make sure I'm good. Okay, I'm good now. All right, now, watch me carefully. We're not drawing an entire circle. Okay? We're not drawing an entire circle. In fact, what we're going to do is we're going to kind of come up here and we're going to kind of sort of, we'll end up running up into this box up here, but sort of above the middle-ish of this line, we're going to just draw an arc. So we're going to draw part of a circle like that. Just part of a circle here like that. See what I did? Just part of a circle like that. We just need an arc. That's part of a circle. From the, yeah. Pointer is at the left point here. And without moving your pointer, you're going to come down. You're going to do the same thing down the bottom down here. Can't really see that on my, let me see if I can zoom out a little bit here. Yeah, see down here? Here, I'll see if I can adjust this a little bit. Okay, so I've made a compass mark down here, and I've made a compass mark up here. Everybody got that? Above and below. Okay, now watch this. We're going to switch our pointer from this end to this end over here. So check your pencil and make sure it lines up on your end of your line segment there. And then if it does, then what you're going to do is you're going to come up and you're going to cross that arc up here at the top. See what I did? I crossed that arc up here at the top. And then same thing down here. I'm going to cross the arc down here at the bottom. Okay, so I'm crossing the arc here, and I'm crossing the arc here. So I have two little arcs crossing up above my line and two little arcs crossing down below my line. Everybody good? Did you see what I did? Followed my construction okay? I started on this end, and I made an arc above and an arc below. And then I flipped over to this end, and I made an arc above, and I made an arc below. All right, now here's what we're going to do. Let's take our, we can set our compass aside for just a second. Let's take our straight edge. And let's line up the two intersections here and here. Let's line up the two intersections. Okay? And once you have them in a nice, neat straight line, so your pencil is checked at both of those intersection points, go ahead and draw a line all the way through like that. Draw a line from intersection point to intersection point all the way through. Okay. Hey, how long was our line to start off with? It was 8 centimeters. Let's check that 8 centimeters again and make sure we're good. 8 centimeters, 8 centimeters. Yeah. Ooh. Hey, where did that line go through?
We're at 14.5.
No, we're checking our original line. So if our original line was 8 centimeters, where's that other line pass through? That would make that the what? Oh, the midpoint. That would make the line we just drew a what? A segment bisector. Okay, all right, good. Anyway, let's, okay. All right, now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to make a 4 centimeter opening on our compass. We're going to do that by putting our compass pointer here at the middle of our line. And again, we're going to set our opening out here so that we're at the end of our line segment. So you see how I did that? I got a 4 centimeter radius now. And then I'm going to go ahead and make a circle all the way around here. This is from the middle to the outside of the line segment, which is 4 centimeters. So see, by finding that middle of that line segment, now we were able to create a circle that goes all the way around and has a diameter of 8 centimeters. So the first construction, we started with a radius to make our circle. The second construction, we started with a diameter to make our circle. Woo! There's math involved. Okay, now, keeping that same 4-centimeter setting, what we're going to do is we're going to come out to where our original line segment met our circle. Okay, but this time we're going to put the point on the circle. So the pencil's through the middle. And again, we're going to do this outside the circle. Now you want to exaggerate this. It's almost a whole circle. Okay, so you see how far out I came out here? And we're going to go outside the circle all the way through and then outside the circle here. It's almost an entire circle. We don't want to do the whole circle, but it's almost an entire circle. You can see how much I left off over there. Like, we're going to leave this part off. We don't want the entire circle so we don't confuse ourselves, okay? So, again, compass pointer is on the circle, right? And then we go all the way through like that, okay? All right, here's what I want you to do, okay? You're going to do that same thing here, here, and here. Got it?
Yeah.
Same thing. So you're going to start with your pointer on the circle. You're going to go here, all the way outside, here, all the way outside, here, all the way outside, all the way through, okay? Let's see if you can get what you're supposed to come up with. Give it a try, okay? Okay, so you should have something that looks like this on there now. Right? Everybody good? And then, sorry, like that, my bad. There we go. Okay. Okay. And these should all have the same width to them because you kept your compass setting the same. Now, here's what we're going to do, okay? On this one, I want you to take and we're going to draw some diagonal lines. So we're going to line up this intersection point with this intersection point, like that. So we're going to go from here to here, and then we're going to just draw a nice long line right through there, like that. So from one pedal diagonally across to its opposite over here. All right. And then do the same thing on the other one. So we'll start up here. And then to here, make sure we got it set where we want it to be. And then another straight line through there like that. All right, ready? No, you don't have your lines drawn? Line through here, cutting the petals in half. Line through here like this, line through here like this, cut the petals in half. All right, here we go. We had 4 original intersection points that started our arcs. Top, left, bottom, right. We are going to connect those in a consecutive order from the circle intersection point to the line in between the pedal, from the line in between the pedal back out to the circle, circle to pedal, pedal to circle, circle to pedal, pedal to circle, circle to pedal, pedal to circle. Do you see what I did? Okay, so it's from the circle intersection point to the line that goes in between the pedals. Then from there, back out to the circle, straight lines. Back to the pedal, to the circle, to the pedal, to the circle, to the pedal, to the circle. So straight lines all the way across. Okay. I'm going to sharpen my pencil real quick. So straight lines all the way across. So I'm going to start at the top. You can start wherever you want, but I'm going to start at the top and I'm going to go circle to pedal like that. And then from pedal to circle like that. And then from circle to pedal like that. And then all the way around. You continue and finish it all the way around. Go for it. All right, so you should have come up with what kind of a shape? A regular octagon, because all those line segments are congruent. By the way, let me give you another good math word. You'll notice that the octagon fits inside the circle, right? So we call that inscribed, right? To scribe is to write, so it's inscribed. Just like up here, guess what? Our hexagon was an inscribed regular hexagon. This is an inscribed regular octagon. Cool? Let's make an inscribed regular dodecagon. An inscribed regular dodecagon. Go ahead, say it. It's kind of fun. Inscribed regular dodecagon. Woo! Inside regular dodecagon. Inscribed regular dodecagon. Okay. All right, listen. I'm going to give you some instructions, and you're going to do this on your own. You ready? Listen, here we go. I'm going to give you some instructions. We're going to do this on your own. Okay? In the middle here, I'm going to give you some instructions, so you better listen carefully. In the middle here, you're going to create the exact same construction that you did to make your inscribed regular octagon. The only thing you're going to do differently is you're going to leave off these two lines that we crisscrossed. You're going to do the exact same construction, except we're going to leave off these two lines that we crisscrossed. I'm going to walk you through it, and I'm going to talk fast. So listen carefully. Ready? You're going to start by centering a line segment with the 4 centimeter mark in the middle of your paper right here. You're going to open your compass the entire length by drawing an 8 centimeter line segment and open your compass 8 centimeters. You'll make a mark above from one side and a mark below. You'll flip your compass and make a mark above and below so you can draw the line that comes down the middle. Then you'll put your pointer in the middle and you'll open your segment, your compass up 4 centimeters out to your circle where you'll make a full circle all the way around. And then keeping that 4 centimeter setting, you'll take your pointer at each of the 4 intersections around the circle and you'll make these almost full circles all the way through, which will get you the 4 petals, and you'll stop there. Let's see what you can do. I'll put some steps up on the screen as we go along, okay? But let's see what you can do. Give it a try. Okay, if you're tracking, here's the first thing you should have come up with here. Okay, keep going. Okay, next step, if you were tracking right, you should have arcs above and below because you set your compass setting at the same length as your line segment. You made arcs above and below from both sides. Arcs above and below from both sides of your line segment, all right? Okay, keep going. Okay, so next step, right? You should have then made your 4 centimeter circle like that. And then you're going to go to the 4 intersections and make your partial circles to get your petals, and I'll put that up in just a second. Okay, here's what you should have ended up with, right? That was the same construction that we did before, except we didn't draw the lines through here and here, right? Okay, good. Now, watch this. The same math that ties together this point in space with this one that was in the middle here that made this equidistant all the way around also makes the distance from the intersections on the circle to the edges of the petal exactly the same as well. So here what we're going to do is we're going to connect our circle here this time to the edge of the petal. So circle to the edge of the petal like that. Circle to the edge of the petal. Edge of the petal to edge of the petal. And then edge of the petal back out to the circle. Okay, see what I did? I went circle to the edge of the petal, straight line. Edge of the petal to edge of the petal, straight line. Edge of the petal to the circle, straight line. Okay? You're going to continue that pattern all the way around. Go ahead and do that. Okay, so ready? So our original circle, when we had our two lines here, broke it up into 4 sections, right? How many straight lines do we make in each section? 3, right? And if there's 4 sections of 3 lines, how many segments do we have? Right. And so sometimes this is called a clock construction, right? Because we can go 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and back to 12. The clock construction. Or an inscribed regular dodecagon. Hey, watch this. I want to show you something that I showed you back at the beginning of the school year. Ready? You watching? Okay. Back at the beginning of the school year, I showed you this video on how Archimedes developed the estimation for pi using this idea of taking a polygon and inscribing it in a circle. And the more sides that he put on the polygon, 6, 8, 12, 24. Oh, it's frozen. Well, you guys should have told me that. Let me go back. Okay, so the more sides on the polygon, 6, 8, 12, 18, 20, 100, 4 million, 10 million. The more sides we put on the regular polygon, the closer it gets to the circle, the closer the approximation is to the circumference of the circle, which is pi. And we watched that video back at the beginning. You just constructed it. These were the tools that Archimedes would have had to use back when he discovered that, because he wouldn't have had computers and calculators. Yeah, right? Cool. Okay. All right. I got one more fun one for you to do. All right. I got one more. I think it's fun. All right. I got one more fun one for you to do. Here we go. Okay. This time we're going to take our ruler and we're going to come along the bottom of our paper here. And as much as possible, if you can make it as straight as possible, that would be great. And let's center the 7 meter mark on our paper. Or 7 centimeters, sorry, 7 centimeter mark. So let's get the 7 centimeter mark centered on our paper here. Okay. Yeah, so 7 should be kind of in the middle of the paper, and we're down towards the bottom here. Okay, because we're going to draw a 14 centimeter line segment. Okay, so we'll start out here at 0. We're going to draw a 14 centimeter line segment out here like that. Okay, 14 centimeter line segment out here like that. All right. Take your compass and put your pointer out here at this end of the line segment. And let's open up our compass. This is not going to be exact. We'll just go, we'll go here-ish. Here-ish. I don't know, maybe 3 centimeters-ish. Something like that. What you want to be able to do, watch me. What you want to be able to do is you want to be able to swing your compass down here to the bottom of your paper and not go off your paper. So if you're going to go off your paper, then maybe make your compass opening a little bit smaller. Okay? All right, get your compass locked in. And here's what you're going to do. You're going to start at the end of your line segment where your pointer is here, and you're going to put a little arc down here below. And then you're going to put a little arc above here, above, like this. So below and above, and then right through your line segment right here. So you should have an arc through your line segment, above and below. Everybody good? Okay, now you're going to flip your pointer to this intersection right here, which should put your mark right again at the back of the beginning of your line segment, and you're going to arc above, you're going to arc below, so that you get those little crisscrosses above and below again. So little crisscrosses above and below. That's kind of like a mini version of what we did over here, huh? See the arcs above and below? We crisscross from either side. Okay, so let's do this. Let's take our straight edge and let's line up our two intersection points here, like that and that. Okay, you got it? And then we're just going to draw a nice long line segment, just ish that long, like up towards the top of your box. So you should have markings down here and markings above here. That'll give you the two sides to line up. That's what you're lining up, are these two intersections to get that line. That's about the best I could do here, like right here. This is what you're supposed to get right here.
Oh, is it connected?
What's that?
Is it connected?
Yeah, I connected these lines here. No, not over here. It's not. Yeah, it's just through there and so we can see it. We good? Not quite yet? All right. Take your protractor here. And here's how we use our protractor. If we want to measure an angle, what we're going to do is we're going to see how this makes a little T intersection right here. That point right there, we want that at the vertex of our angle. So let's take our protractor and let's measure this angle right here by taking our protractor and lining it up right in there, like that. Hey, what kind of an angle did we make? We made a right angle. Wait a minute. So when we crisscrossed, we found the middle of the line in the other one, and when we crisscrossed again, we found a 90-degree angle. Finding midpoints and 90-degree angles? Wow, that sounds like two really useful things in math. I might have talked about that before.
I would like that.
Okay, well, anyway, here we go. Ready? Okay, set your pointer here at this intersection. And then let's just open our compass up a good chunk, like, I don't know, maybe start up here and get up towards the top part of your line that you drew up here, and then just check that you can hit both your lines. We're not going to draw a whole arc through. We're just going to put a little arc through here, up top here, like that. And then we're going to keep that same distance, and we're going to come down here so that we have an equal distance here. So whatever this measurement is here is going to be the same as this measurement here. See what I did? Arc through. So I have the same length here and the same length here. I don't even know what the length is. And it doesn't matter because I know they're congruent. See, we can do that without even knowing the numbers. Same length, same length. That's what this tool did for me. Okay, everybody good so far? So your picture should look like this. Okay? Keep that same compass setting. Come up here. Put your pointer down.
All junior varsity football players, please report to the academic center immediately. Bring your backpacks with you. Once again, all junior varsity football players, please report to the academic center immediately. Bring your backpacks with you. Thank you.
All right, here we go. Ready? So, okay, focus. So we got our pointer up here. What we're going to do is we're going to come out into this space out here, and we're just going to kind of make a good little arc out here like this. Just a nice little arc out here like this. So that we have the same distance. Because again, I'm keeping that distance. I'm working with a radius, right? That's what this tool is doing for me here. Okay, everybody good? And then we're going to take our pointer and we're going to move from here down here to this intersection. Keeping that same setting. We're going to make a cross here. Now I want you to think about something. What does this intersection represent? Well, it represents this equal distance right here. That distance is the same as this distance right here, which was the same as this distance, which was the same as this distance. What shape am I making? Yeah, I'm making a right-angled square, aren't I? Right? And in fact, all I would need to do now is to connect my points from here down to here. And then I'm going to turn my paper a little bit. Across the top here. To here. Yeah, and I got myself a perfect square. All right, you ready? We're going to do a little cleaning up here, just so that we don't have a bunch of extra marks. So let's just kind of clean up the top part and the bottom part of this little arc we made over here. Just clean those up a little bit. Let's clean up these intersection points over here just a little bit. We still want to see the intersections, but we're just going to clean up these markings over here a little bit so that we don't have a whole lot of overlap. So we can see our square nice and clear. Okay, you got it? Everybody got their square?
Yes.
Okay, now watch carefully. Here's what we're going to do. Okay? We're going to start with our compass in the bottom left corner, our pointer in the bottom left corner of our square here. Okay? We're going to set our opening, I don't know, I like to keep it kind of small, like almost that, like maybe a centimeter from the edge. Okay? And get that nice and secured and locked in there. Okay, so I'm just picking a random distance here, about a centimeter from the edge. Okay, and I'm going to make a little mark right here through my line. You got it? So I set my compass a little short of the square and I made a little mark. Keep that same measurement. I'm going to switch my pointer to the upper left. I'm going to come across and I'm going to make the same distance mark on this side. See that? So I'm marking off the same distance. Pay attention because you're gonna miss something. Okay, now I'm gonna switch my pointer to the upper right and I'm gonna mark off the same distance over here. And then lastly, I'm gonna switch my compass to the bottom right, bottom right, and I'm gonna mark off the same distance here. Okay. So once again, just so you're aware of what I did, watch. I marked here, then I came up here and I kept the same distance. I marked down here. I came across to the upper right, I marked here, and I came across to the bottom left and I marked here. Good? Now we're going to connect these new markings with straight lines. Watch. So I'm going to take, this was my new mark here and my new mark here. And I'm going to line up those 2 points and I'm going to draw a straight edge, straight line between those 2 points there. Like that. So I went from my new mark to my new mark. I'm going to do the same thing going up here. New mark to new mark. I'm going to do the same thing going across the top. New mark to new mark. And then I'm going to do new mark back to original new mark again. Like that. Now I've created another perfect square, but I've rotated it inside the first square. Okay, let's do one more rotation. Okay, let's do one more rotation. So this time, we're going to work with the new square that's embedded in the middle. So watch, I'm going to start with my pointer here, and we're going to work with the new square. And I'm going to try to keep about the same 1 centimeter shortness here. So see, I'm going to set this measure. This time, I'm going to make the marks on the new square. Again, bottom left. Make a mark. Move to the top left. Make a mark. Move to the top right of the new square. Make a mark. Move to the bottom right of the new square. Make a mark. I did the same thing around the inside square. See, I started here at the bottom left corner of the new square. I made a mark. I went to the top left corner of the new square. I made a mark. I went to the top right corner of the new square. I made a mark. I went to the bottom right corner of the new square. I made a mark. Connect those points, those new marks. New mark to new mark, and now I've got another rotated square. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to keep doing this rotation until you get down to a pretty small square in the middle. Okay, that's going to be part of your homework, is to rotate this all the way in. And maybe what you want to do is give it a little color or something. Like, I like to shade every other level, so when you're done, you're going to get something that looks like that. Notice something interesting about that picture. It was all made with straight lines, and yet it appears to have curves. And that's because, again, that idea of the more lines that we have in a row at a certain angle is going to force those to appear to be curved. So all 4 constructions need to be complete for homework tomorrow. Hopefully you kept up in class, and all you need to do is complete this one by continuing to rotate the square by making new marks all the way around. And if you keep that distance, it'll give you that cool symmetrical look, all right? Okay, there you go, a little fun with constructions for you.